Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. I think, okay.
Did you hit go live?
I did.
Okay.
All right. I think we are live. Thank you for joining Andre's Ambiance. This is an exciting time for us as we kick off our YouTube channel and our live stream series. And we are going to be talking about tonight adult beverages. And we also will be pouring our wines. Tonight's adult beverage is going to be all about wines. But before we go there, I do want to just give a quick plug about the Art of Entertaining cookbook that was released back in May. If you do not have your copy and the holidays are just around the corner, you are going to want to pick up this book. So tonight we are actually going to be talking about wine, beer, and food pairing. So we're going to focus mostly on the wine tonight. And so let's just go ahead and get started. So before we actually get started, let's go ahead and pour our favorite beverage. So you were supposed to bring your favorite beverage to this live stream. So I have a couple of bottles of wine that I'm going to share with you right now. The first one is the Zinfandel from 10 Times Cellars. So I'm adding a special shout out to Kurt Palmer, who is one of the owners at 10 Times Cellars, and appreciate all your support with my cookbook. But this little gem, which is from the Dry Creek Valley, is a Zinfandel. It's spicy. It's got lots of pepper. It's just a really, really great red Zinfandel. So I poured a little here in the glass. So, this glass typically is one that you might see people drink white in. They might also do bubbly in. I mean, there are all types of different glasses out there. So I'm going to show you just a few. The traditional glass that usually you drink red wine in is usually the bowl. And the reason you do it in the bowl is because when you swirl it, it actually adds air to the red wine and aerates it so that all the aromas come out from the wine. I say drink the wine out of the glass that you feel comfortable with. That's my tip to you. And then you also have the stemless wine glass, which is pretty popular. This one's great if you're outside. They have all types of wine glasses now. You can do the plastic stemless glass, but these are great for red and white. I don't think there's any wine glass police out there, but maybe there are. So I simply say use whatever glass makes you happy and how you want to drink your wine. So I'm going to just swirl this around, take a good sniff of that wonderful Zinfandel, and take a sip. All right, so that's going to get us going there. I have another wine. This is a white. This is a Chardonnay. It's unoaked. It's by River Roads, and it is by hold on a second here, River Road, I can't even talk, is one of the wineries that's in the California region. It's one of my favorites. You can get it at Total Wine and More, about 14, 15 bucks. It's an aromatic wine. It's got peaches, it's got plums. It's just a really great Chardonnay. So I'm going to pour a little of that, take a sip as well, so you can see the color on it. It's got that golden color. As I said, it's ripe with peaches, little flowers I got the other night when I opened this bottle, and very, very delicious. So that's just two of the wines that you can pair with any dinner party that you're doing. If you're doing a wine pairing, I simply say have a couple bottles of red and have a couple bottles of white. So I do want to introduce this last wine here that I have, and this is actually from Total Wine and More as well. It's Firebrand, and I really like this one because it's a spicy red blend. So this is more like a mulled wine, and the instructions are you can actually heat it up, serve it with a cinnamon stick, star anise if you want to do that. But it is a delicious wine that can pair well with Thanksgiving dinner. And speaking of Thanksgiving, that's just right around the corner. So just want to give you a few tips about setting up your table for Thanksgiving. So I have with me a couple of place settings that I'm hoping, move my camera a little bit, that everyone can kind of take a look at. So this is your charger plate, and this one is kind of like a woven charger plate. It actually is pretty sturdy, and I like the color. I've used it multiple times for different events that I've done, and this particular plate is just your basic dinner plate, white dinner plate. It's got a little design on the side, which looks great. You can pair that with any other type of plate, any colors that you're going with for your Thanksgiving dinner. And then you must have the wonderful napkins and also the napkin rings. So these are some ones that I've used before. The chocolate napkin with the silver ring here is just absolutely fabulous with this particular setup. And you can move it around as you see fit. Here is another setting using a different white plate. The patterns on the side are different than the other one that we have. And then using a more colorful plate here that you can use that kind of complements the charger. And so my recommendation for this would be to either go with the darker chocolate napkin there, or you can go with the white or the linen napkin. You know, to me, entertaining is all about what you like, what works for you. It shouldn't be something that is a burden or that's complicated. It should be something easy and very, very simple. Lastly, I want to talk a little bit about flowers. So, and centerpieces. You definitely need to have flowers. Now, these flowers right here, these are fake flowers, so to speak, but these are gorgeous. And what I've done is just paired them in a regular, like mason jar and gotten the beads and use the beads to hold them. So that works really, really well for a great centerpiece. And you can do 3 or 4 of these if you have a long table, so that you've got your whole table covered. If you have several tables, you could mix and match different flowers. This also is a quick centerpiece that you can pull together. This is just a variety of different bead things here, gold leaves that you can get at Michael's or Home 2, any of those stores, and a basic pitcher. And you can also add the beads to that as well. And then lastly, the fresh flowers. So this vase is a beautiful set of roses with some little leaves here that came with the actual bouquet that I bought. And you can always use fresh flowers, cut them down, put them in water. You can use a combination of both, So entertaining really, really should be something that's easy. It's simple for you. And, it's something that I love to do. So once again, we also have some great tablescapes in the cookbook. And I'm going to go back to those tablescapes. If you're talking about Thanksgiving, this is a setting that I had done for Thanksgiving. show a few other pictures. Here's a charger plate and the simple white plate and the napkin again. These are all great ideas for Thanksgiving. This tablescape is the Mexican happy hour. I mean, this is a great summertime tablescape. You can bring it inside if you want to do that. You know, it's strictly up to you. Although if you're in Texas, we're still having summertime weather, so you could just pull out the table on the patio. And then we also have some other tablescapes in here for more intimate settings, like your dinner party, if you wanted to do that. And then, of course, the cocktail party. So we will do live stream on cocktails. So I haven't forgotten the folks who love the cocktails from the book. I really appreciate that. And then make sure you check out this tablescape in the cookbook for Thanksgiving. So that is it from Andre's Ambiance this evening. I thank you for stopping by. We had one question that came in, and that was actually on simple syrup. So I do want to just answer that question. So simple syrup, the recipe is in the cookbook as well, but it's a very basic recipe. It's 1 part water, 1 part sugar. If you want to double your simple syrup, 2 parts water, 2 parts sugar. Okay. You can also use regular white sugar, and there are some syrups that call for Demerol syrup, which is a darker sugar, and you can find that actually in the grocery stores. And that gives you a little bit heavier simple syrup, but you just want to gently boil your water, add your sugar, and just let it dissolve. Take it off the heat. Okay, if you are adding anything to that simple syrup, if you're doing a herb like lemon thyme, if you are doing my cinnamon syrup, then you're going to add the cinnamon sticks. But you can really do any type of syrup that you want. You can do limes, you can do lemons. And so if you do that, I recommend you use the zest of either the lemon or the lime. And you could do both and just let that sit in the syrup for a little bit. Same thing for the ginger. If you're making my apricot ginger whiskey sour, it calls for the ginger syrup. So you could basically, you can peel the ginger. For me, I don't. I just like the full effect of the ginger, but you could just chop that up. And once the syrup is off the heat, just put whatever ingredients that you want your syrup to take shape of, and that will give you that simple syrup. Let it steep for about 15-20 minutes. Strain it. Bottle your syrup. Make sure you put it in the fridge. It'll last about 2 weeks. So that is it from Andre's Ambiance. I thank you for stopping by, and Sunday, we'll be doing another live stream, all things brunch. So bring your mimosas, bring your Aperol spritzer, because we'll be talking about cocktails and brunch. Thank you.